So in this problem, we need to find all the solutions. How do we do it? Well, the first step is to go ahead and make all these equals to 0. That means to either pass these two terms to the left or this negative 15 to the right. No matter what, anytime you have a quadratic equation, and it's quadratic because I have a 2 here, you will always put it equals to 0. Now, I'm going to go ahead and send this guy and this guy to this side because I always want the x squared to be positive, especially when you're going to be factoring. So when I move the negative 2x squared, that's going to be positive. When I move the negative 7x, it's going to be positive. And this 15 is actually on the same side, so I'm not changing the size. And this is equals to 0. Basically, I just move negative 2x squared positive, negative 7x positive. Now I have this. How do I factor this? Many times we can factor this by trial and error. But I'm going to show you today something that we call the bridge method. The first step is to go ahead and grab the 2 and the 15 and multiply it. We call it the bridge method because look, it looks like a bridge. So I go 2 times 15 and that's going to be equals to 30. And let's just change the color here. And look at this trick. I need to figure it out. What are the factors of 30 that when I add them or subtract them give me 7? Well, what do I mean by that? Figure it out. When you multiply two numbers that give you 30, when you add them or subtract them, give you also 7. Well, let's try them. I see that 10 times 3 is 30. Also 10 minus 3 is actually 7. Perfecto. So look basically what I'm going to do. Once you learn to factor this way, you can always do any quadratic. I promise you, any quadratic that you can factor. So 2x squared. And I'm going to go ahead and instead of writing 7x, I'm going to go ahead and write down 10x minus 3x. And look at this. I'm going to go ahead and do plus 10x minus 3x minus 15 equals to 0. Now look what's happening here. 7x is the same as 10x minus 3x. Basically what I just did was just rewrite the number 7x. The reason why I wrote 10x first and then 3x is because 10 and 2 will have something in common. Factoring is a pain in the neck, and the only thing that I can tell you is that once you know how to do it, you have to practice. So look at now what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make like an invisible wall right here. I have 2x squared plus 10x and I have negative 3x minus 15. Let's go ahead and group. What can I factor between 2x squared and 10x? Well, that's going to be 2x. Inside, I'm going to have x plus 5. Awesome. Now I'm going to go to the right side. What can I factor between negative 3x and negative 15? Well, I can actually take a negative 3 out. You can always check your answer by, if you multiply negative 3 times x, you should get negative 3x. Negative 3 times 5, you should get negative 15. This is very important. When you factor, you should get two parentheses that look exactly the same. If you did not get exactly the same, then you did something wrong. So now that I'm here, I say perfect. You're going to go ahead and grab the 2x with the minus 3, and that's going to become actually a factor. So this is going to be 2x minus 3, and we're almost done. And the next one is going to be x plus 5. And that is equals to 0. Finally, I can go ahead and say 2x minus 3 equals to 0. X plus 5 equals to 0. Now I can solve, and I get 2x equals 3. And x equals, I'm just solving for x, 3 over 2, so that's one answer. Finally, I have x equals negative 5. Awesome. X equals. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to watch our other tutorials. You can always Skype with us. We have tutoring, private, online, anything you need. And also, don't forget, thanks so much for learning.